In 1885 Batoche, present-day Saskatchewan, the last battle was fought on Canadian soil. With it came the downfall of the Northwest Rebellion, the beginnings of a long historical debate, and the start of Métis representation in Canada. Today, very few Canadians are aware of this historic showdown that has guided Confederation. At the time, the village of Batoche was settled by the Métis, an ethnicity of both European and Indigenous heritage. Many spoke French and practiced Catholicism. A constitutional compromise led to the creation of Manitoba in 1870, a province founded for the Métis people. Its controversial leader, Louis Riel, fled to the United States to pursue his religious beliefs. In the meantime, the government was strained by Anglo and Franco populations that sought different fates for Riel: execution or amnesty. In the spring of 1885, Riel formed a second provisional government at Batoche to resist Canadian expansion. He deputized the popular pioneer Gabriel Dumont, nicknamed the Prince of the Prairies, to command their troops. Soon, Canadian troops and federal police were dispatched to quell the chaos. After a few battles at Duck Lake, Fish Creek, and Cut Knife, Canadian forces set their sights on Batoche. The order of battle was as follows. For Dumont, 280 Métis and 250 Cree Assiniboine warriors. For the government troops, led by Frederick Middleton, 5,000 militiamen and 500 Northwest Mounted Police officers, today nicknamed the Mounties. On May 9th, the battle began. The Canadian column advanced toward the church and took fire from the Métis who were entrenched in camouflaged foxholes. A powerful Gatling gun helped counter the accurate Métis marksmen. Both priests, Fathers Moulin and Formont, offered their church to the attackers as a field hospital in exchange for its protection. After being checked at Mission Ridge, General Middleton pressured the right flank. The Métis stood their ground and started a bushfire to smoke out the soldiers, who would retreat. By the end of the first day, Canadian engineers had built an impromptu fort known as a zareba, using wagons, earth, and scavenged wood to shelter the attackers. At night, troops slept warily for fear of a cavalry stampede. The next morning, Middleton's troops re-engaged the firefight. It soon became clear that the Métis were in a desperate state as they resorted to firing pebbles and nails from their guns. On the morning of May 12th, the Canadians launched a diversionary attack that confused the Métis, many of whom thought that peace had been declared. A horrified Dumont is recorded as pleading with his men to return to the battle, but it was too late. The government swiftly overran the front line and captured Batoche on May 12th. In the Battle of Batoche, 25 had been killed in total. During the fighting, many Métis families had been forced to live in hand-dug caves for safety. Some soldiers participated in looting afterwards. Additionally, Métis leader Louis Riel surrendered. Riel is considered the most controversial figure in Canadian history, with historians today still debating the reasons behind his sentence. While some argue his treason charge was justified, others believe his religious visions were evidence of mental illness, and others further believe he was pursuing a just cause. Either way, Riel was executed on November 16, 1885. Today, Batoche National Historic Site is a living history museum. It symbolizes the relations between the European, Indigenous, and Métis warriors who fought there. If you look closely at the walls of the church, you can still see the bullet holes.